The Premier League season is finally coming to an end. We know the champions. Liverpool fans are excited because they are the champions in the Premier League. And some fans are not excited. In fact, they are threatening to sack everybody. The staff, the players, they are letting go of
Some
jobs.
some
It's a
fans are
cost-cutting
nervous.
measure. While some fans is next season, we will see them try again. While some people, a little transition season, but the most important conversation is the race for Champions League. Chelsea fans,
5 teams, 3 spots.
five
Five
teams,
teams,
three spots. And for those that don't
so
already know,
nervous.
there's a
Yeah.
1 point difference between Aston Villa, Chelsea, and who else? I think the both of them, right?
No
Aston Villa,
man,
Chelsea,
everybody is on
and
66.
including Nottingham Forest. No, Nottingham Forest is on
It's
65.
65. Yeah.
Nottingham Forest 65, Chelsea 66, Aston
Yeah.
Villa 66, Man City
Yeah.
68. So it kind of feels like that final day is not necessarily at risk unless Man City lose to Fulham
Yeah.
and for some reason Aston Villa beat Manchester United and
Yeah.
Chelsea beat Nottingham Forest. But
True.
that's the only way City might actually miss Champions League. But I doubt City will lose to Fulham. But everything is on the line for every team.
Yeah. Tomorrow is going to be. I'm already nervous against tomorrow. Right?
Why?
I don't know. I'm just nervous. Like Chelsea, we've just been when we don't expect them to turn up,
Mm-hmm.
they turn up. When you expect them to turn up, they don't turn up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't know, right? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just like
Exactly.
fingers crossed. Worst case scenario will not be there.
But you
Worst
but
case,
the
best
but
case scenario we are there, right?
yeah. But what would you want? Obviously, like to secure everything and make sure you guys have that spot is to beat Nottingham Forest. Now, Nottingham
Yes,
Forest at home
it's going to
is
be.
not going to
We've
be
beaten
easy.
them several times at home, so
Have you
I'm
guys
not
won Nottingham
ready.
Forest this season?
We drew first leg.
And you guys think that you win this next leg?
No, the only thing I want from them is they go there and they score first. That's all I need. If we score first, I'm not afraid. If we score first, we go there, we score first. I'm not afraid because Nottingham Forest need to come out and play. That's what I want. I want them to
Mm-hmm.
play
Mm-hmm.
because their secret weapon has been we sit back, then we
Mm-hmm.
hit you on the counter.
Yeah.
Let's score them first. Let Chelsea score first.
Mm-hmm.
Then we now have a good game for the neutrals to watch.
Mm.
Go at each other. Right? But it's going to be nervous because nobody
I
wants
don't
to make
I,
mistake.
I actually
Nobody
don't
wants to
think.
commit.
Of course, everybody
Yeah,
everybody will be playing safe, and I think
that's
Nottingham
it.
Forest the best strategy for them is to
Mm.
actually play it safe. Because what's the point, right? Like, why would you stress yourself? You could get
Why would they
66.
risk it?
Yeah, why would you risk it? Get a chance to go to Europe, right? And anyways, they're going to Europe anyways, and
Yeah.
might not be Champions League, but at least Europa is still great for them. Why
Not
risk
even
it?
Europa Conference League.
Conference League? Oh yeah, depending on Aston
Yeah,
Villa, right?
if Chelsea if they draw to Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
Conference League. Or it depends on the goal
No,
difference
it
between
depends on.
Nottingham
Yeah, Nottingham
and
Forest have,
Aston
have
Villa.
more of a goal difference than Aston Villa.
They
They have
have
a,
more goal
they have
difference.
more goals than Aston Villa. Yes,
So that's
they
it.
have they have
If
their goal difference is 13, while Aston Villa is 9. So if they at this point,
if they draw,
drawing with Chelsea is actually favorable for them.
but it depends. We don't know what Man U is going to do.
No, but regardless of what Man U does,
Mm.
Nottingham Forest drawing with Chelsea, not losing to Chelsea is the best outcome for Nottingham Forest. They just don't have to lose to
Yes, they
secure
don't just have
Europa
to
or.
lose, but if Aston Villa wins Man U,
Mhm.
they still go to the Conference League.
Yes.
If they draw, if Aston
Mhm.
Villa draws too,
Mhm.
then Nottingham Forest goes to Europa. To be honest with you, if I'm just to throw the dice, just throw the
Mhm.
dice, right? The people that I think have a higher chance of going would be Man City,
Mhm.
Chelsea, Man City, Chelsea, Newcastle, and Aston Villa. Between those three, right?
I
It's
actually,
between those three.
I actually think it's going to be. I actually think it's going to be harder than Chelsea fans think it's going to be, especially
Why?
when it comes to that final game. Because I don't know, Forest. There's just something about Nottingham Forest at home. and them not trying to lose, and them just playing that low block that can be very frustrating.
Yeah, but
When I watched them play at Anfield, and the way they like just kept everywhere tight, like it was so difficult to score them. I think, like you said, if Chelsea are unable to score by halftime,
that's it.
you guys are not winning that game.
No, but it doesn't mean, because one thing about Chelsea is that when we when we come out for second half,
Mm-hmm.
we always come out better, especially if the first half is not good. So if the first half is not good and they don't score, right, is a disadvantage for them, because the Chelsea team that will come out second half will be different. But the problem is you cannot trust Nottingham Forest.
That means the
They are
best.
going to play you,
Yes.
right? And it's a do
So
or die for them. For
so
us, it's a do or die, right?
from number 4 to number 7 is
Mm.
pretty much 1 point difference, because 4 to 5 have the exact same points,
Yeah,
66.
66.
Newcastle 66, Chelsea 66, Aston Villa 66, and Nottingham Forest have 65.
Yeah.
So there's literally just 1 point difference between 4 and 7. So anybody that Newcastle plays Everton,
Yeah.
if they lose to
Which
Everton,
I feel which
they're
I
at
feel is
risk.
not going to be an easy game.
If they lose to Everton, they're at risk. If
True.
if Chelsea lose to Nottingham Forest, they're at
They're
risk.
at risk. Yeah.
If Aston Villa lose to United, they're at risk. If Nottingham Forest lose to Chelsea, they're at risk. So it's like, although like the game between Chelsea and Nottingham Forest is the most important,
Mm.
I think all games are just as important too
Every
for
game is
the
important.
race.
To be honest with you, also, like, is Manchester City at risk of not going to the Champions League? Yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, Champions League, yes,
So the
but
thing
not
is that
European.
they must not lose
They
to
must not
Fulham.
lose. They must not
Yeah,
lose.
because if they let me not say, if they lose to if they go there and they lose to Fulham,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, or Chelsea wins, and
Mm-hmm.
Aston Villa wins,
Mm-hmm.
they're automatically out.
Yeah.
But I feel like their own case, they are the safest,
Yeah, no, but
right?
it depends on Chelsea and what Chelsea and Aston Villa do. Because if Chelsea
Mm,
win
yeah,
and
that's a big
Aston Villa win
disadvantage.
and
Yeah,
they lose, that's pretty much 69-69, right? That just
but
kind of like,
Newcastle too is there too.
yeah, but if two teams
Mm,
out of this from 3 to 7, if from 3 to 6, if two teams, from 4, 5, 6, if two of those teams
win.
win, and Manchester City lose, it
Mm,
puts that Champions League spot as risk.
true.
So the
You're right.
best thing for them is go there and win.
And win. You're right.
Just don't risk it.
The
At this
minimum they need is a draw.
exactly. Don't
Just get
lose.
a draw, because they
Just
have
don't.
superior goal difference.
The goal difference is
Is
big.
much, right?
Just don't lose. Go there and make
How
sure you
many
don't
goal
lose that
difference
game.
do they have?
26,
Chelsea has how many? I think 20 or so.
20. Newcastle 22. Aston Villa at a disadvantage. They have
No,
9.
no.
And
Chelsea and Newcastle. Chelsea can score 6 past Nottingham Forest.
nah,
Newcastle cannot score 4 past Everton.
no.
So they've
But who
automatically
knows, right? What
no.
if
I don't.
Newcastle win the
I,
game 4-1 or 5-1? Who
4-1.
knows? Or 5-1 or 4-0.
We don't know what's going to happen. It's going to really, like, it's really going to be dicey, right? I
So
don't
we've been kind of like predicting what the final 5 would
will be.
be, right? We've kind of like been giving our suggestions. We kind of know what 1 and 2 will be, right? That's kind of pretty much
True, they are
confirmed.
confirmed, yeah.
But the major thing is 3 to 5. So, in your own opinion,
Mm.
what is your final 5?
Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City,
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, Aston Villa.
I actually think my final 5 actually is Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City,
Mm.
right? Newcastle,
Mm.
Chelsea, and Aston Villa.
That's 6.
Oh, then Newcastle, Chelsea.
It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be tough. The issue, the unknown variable that we have now
Mm.
is Manchester United. That's the
And how do?
unknown.
But
Is a big
but with all the things happening, trying to sack the players, all these kind of things are happening, sack the staff. They are kind
mm,
of like in a turmoil right now, especially with their response after Europa was so bad and so poor. Because I feel
mm,
like after Europa, it had been something more like we must not lose at Old Trafford. Let's do our best to win. Let's try and pick ourselves up. But it's almost like the club is like, yeah, I'm sending all of you. Before the last day, you tell everybody you're sending them. What are you playing for? You know what
true.
I'm saying? Like, am I
It affects the morale in
it
general.
affects the morale. I might leave the club. You most likely see players walking on the pitch rather than running
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
like, why should I put in extra effort trying to play for this club that any offer
When I'm going to so.
when
Anyways,
soon
but
I'm going
look
to
at
leave?
it this way:
A way to
they
prove
can still
yourself.
put in an effort to play so that people will find them valuable. Yes, yes. It's just
I,
like teams
we,
that are relegated.
there's one thing you need to understand, right?
Yeah,
These players, it's a job for them. For fans are passionate about the club. For fans,
yeah.
they
Them
add
is
a lot of
just a job
emotional.
actually. Yeah.
For them, it's a job. They pay me to play football. I'm on a contract. When my
Mm,
contract is up, I'm gone. I'll go to another team and I'll play.
yeah,
Only very few people, maybe like people that come from the academy or people that just have always loved the club, right? Like when I
yeah.
think of people that play for the badge, like when I look at Chelsea, people that I think play for the badge when it comes to Chelsea, I'll say Caicedo. Caicedo, that's his boyhood club. He loves the club. He wants to play for Chelsea. He chose Chelsea over
Oh, actually,
Liverpool.
Chelsea was his boyhood club.
Yeah,
Because if you see him younger, you see him wearing Chelsea
Chelsea
jersey.
jersey, like that kind of player, he loves playing for the club, and some other players here and there. But I
Yeah,
man, you who really cares
playing
about
for the
which
badge.
how many people in Man U are playing for the badge and not the check? How many people are playing for the badge?
Mino, Kobe Mino.
Mino doesn't even start. How many times does he
What
start?
of
Maybe he's
Garnacho?
injured. Garnacho is already on his way out. I feel like almost every stream we talk about Manchester United, but what I'm trying to say is like in summary of it all, I feel
Yeah.
like United there's just nothing to play for when it comes to that Aston Villa game. They are already They are already 16th on the table. Unless they just
It's the last game of the season. They are meant
yes,
to give their fans something to cheer about.
unless they just don't want to finish below Spurs. Unless that's what is going to motivate them, because there's a
Yeah,
1 point
because if Spurs
difference between
win,
them and Spurs.
if Spurs win, then they'll
Mhm.
finish 17th. It's even worse.
Yeah,
That would be bad. That would
he's
even be
finished just
worse.
right above relegation.
Relegation zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
So unless that's the only thing motivating them, but minus 12 goal difference, which means that if
Wait,
they don't
Man U has minus 12.
minus 12,
How many does Tottenham have? Plus.
2 plus 2.
Oh, that means Tottenham is not meant to be down there.
That means if
Because
Tottenham if
usually
Tottenham
goal
just
difference
draw,
always tell where you are meant to be in the table, right?
yeah, SSB, what's up? Yeah, you weren't here yesterday. You missed yesterday's stream. It was crazy, right? Yesterday's stream was crazy. Um, if yeah, he
Bastard.
is,
Yeah,
he
please.
is, and of course, you have to be. You have to be. We said it yesterday on yesterday's stream. He's an intelligent player.
It's
He
good.
he
Really
easily
good.
can play any. I feel like he can play as a 10. He can play as a false nine. He can play on the wings. He's an awesome player. He's skillful. He's techy. He can score.
Yeah.
He's intelligent. I mean, there's just so much. He's a really great side, and he wants to come to Liverpool. That's also another thing. He's excited to come to Liverpool. That's what he wants. So I'm super excited for him to come through. He's coming through with his friend Jeremy Frimpong. So there's
Wow.
that connection, by Leverkusen connection. But back to what we are saying about like Tottenham, Man U, right? It's like there's just a 1 point difference, which means if Man U don't win tomorrow, let's say they draw.
Mm,
Anyways, there's a 1 point. So that kind of like, let's say they lose tomorrow and Tottenham just draw, they finish, you know, they
17th.
finish 17th. So the goal for
That,
them now is actually racing to get 40 points.
that's terrible, man. It's terrible. Yeah, tomorrow's is a big day. Big day for us that are Chelsea fans. We don't know what to expect, right?
Mhm.
That's going to be one of the toughest matches in our season. Nottingham Forest.
But let me tell you something though. It's actually possible for Tottenham to finish higher than 17th.
How?
If they win and Wolves don't win, West Ham doesn't win,
Mm,
and Man U they don't win,
mm.
actually Tottenham they could finish 14th.
14th. That
Yeah,
might even be better for them.
because Wolves have 41 points,
Points.
West Ham have 40 points, Man U have 39 points. But check the goal difference. Wolves have minus 15 goal difference.
That's what I'm saying.
West
Nottingham,
Ham
they're
minus
not meant.
18.
They are not meant. They are not meant to be. See,
Man
I
U
think
minus
Angie will
12.
give the players who need financial incentives, or young players basically have nothing to
Nothing to
lose.
lose. Yeah.
True. Yeah, it's under less stress, right? Less stress. They will play with freedom. But
Do what you want, pretty much.
what are your predictions? You guys should tell us your predictions for tomorrow. Who are people finishing in top five?
Yeah, what are the top five? You guys, let us know. Let us know. Let us know.
Kingsley, what's
Tomorrow is
your
the big
prediction?
day. Tomorrow is a big day.
My own
I get.
prediction was my own prediction was obviously Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, uh, Chelsea, and Aston Villa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Man City, Aston Villa is going to be hell for Man
Yeah,
U.
we're
That's
just
what
saying
I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah,
That's a wild card that none of us know what is going to happen.
but we're just saying it
Right?
just now, right? Before
Yes.
SSB came on
So
the stream. Like,
yeah,
that game is like, what are the
ah,
United players playing for at this
playing
point?
for
What are they
yes, that's
playing
the
for?
problem, right? That's the
Liverpool,
problem. We don't
Arsenal,
know.
City, Newcastle, Chelsea. He gave the exact same prediction I gave. He gave the
True.
exact same prediction I gave. That's my prediction too. Liverpool, Arsenal,
We'll
City,
see.
Newcastle, Chelsea. I think Newcastle beats Everton. And I
Everton.
think and I think Chelsea Nottingham Forest ends in a draw. And I actually don't see Aston Villa winning United. But the
You don't
only
see them
problem,
winning United.
I don't see them winning United. But the only problem is
Mm.
that I had that prediction before United announced that they're selling all their players. So now
Players.
that they're
That's the
selling all their
problem.
players, I
Yeah.
feel like I want to change my prediction and say maybe Aston Villa would wipe United, you know,
Yeah, that would be a
beat
big
them.
issue. Yeah.
So it's like it's
That's
a
a
big
big,
problem.
yeah. So
Yeah,
most
most
of
of these
these
teams
teams
will
will
not
not
play
play
their
their
main
main
players.
players.
Yeah,
But I doubt Man U will play their main players and Aston Villa, right? Obviously, Aston Villa has to play their main players because they need the win.
even Chelsea,
Right?
right? Guys like Casemiro and Bruno are Saudi bound.
Saudi bound.
I can't believe you want to send Bruno to Saudi.
If they are willing to pay big money for him and you're not selling him to a
Bruno.
competitor, it's a win-win for everybody. And Bruno already said he's open to a sale if it will help Manchester United raise money,
Oh, that's what
right?
he said.
That's what he said. He said he's open to a move if it will help them raise money,
Wow.
right? So that's another thing we don't know. If it will help them, see, Manchester United will be angry at players.
Wow.
Well,
That's
we don't know.
crazy. That's
So
really
many
crazy.
people are leaving, but we'll see.
But
Tomorrow will
so
not. Tomorrow, anyways. One thing I know, Manchester United would have a say in who goes to Champions League. They would have a
depending on the outcome of the
yes,
Villa
they would
game.
have a say on who go to Champions League because you see that Chelsea Nottingham Forest.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very very high probability,
Mm-hmm.
right? That it can be a draw.
Chelsea, Nottingham Forest,
It
right?
can be that's the game that I know that
I'm actually thinking it's
yes.
more of a draw.
Even to me, even Newcastle Everton can be a draw.
Could be. That's true. Could
But
be.
the only thing is that it's in their house, right? But it could be a draw also. Those
Mm-hmm.
two games. But now, what does Aston Villa, what does Man U do? Do they turn up and play? Do they? But the problem, even if they play, they don't have anybody up front,
There's nobody to
right?
score.
And you
There
now talk of
literally is
Manchester
nobody
City
to
that is
score.
going to Fulham. Are
Mm-hmm.
we going to have a surprise there?
I don't think so. City beats Fulham. I don't think there's going to be any
Think
surprise.
so.
I think so. I think City beats Fulham. I think City's team right now, I think they can beat Fulham.
Beat Fulham.
Yeah,
True.
Mamouche, all these boys, like they'll beat Fulham.
Does give White
But
stay or go to Manchester City? Even Mourinho, they will all end up leaving.
they'll leave. They
They will
will
end
leave
up
for
leaving.
sure.
They'll go for the
Gibbs,
bag.
I definitely see Gibbs White
Going
to
to
City.
City.
I
Yeah,
definitely see
prefer
Gibbs
to
White
go
to
to
City.
City.
Murillo, I think Murillo is a player that a lot of teams, I don't know, are
Everybody
there
wants
talks for
Murillo.
Murillo? Oh, there are talks for Murillo. I'm not seeing anything for
Everybody,
Murillo.
everybody
I
wants
feel like
Murillo.
he's a defender that deserves to play in a higher, in a higher
No,
team,
but if
like
they go to Europe, if they that's why they are trying to fight for Champions League,
because
right?
it's an incentive to keep their players
Yes. If they
because
if
they
they
promise you Champions League football.
if you are you say if you are 7/8 to
To
15
15th in
EPL,
EPL, you're chilling
you are
this week.
chilling this.
Of course, from eight
Eight,
all the
yeah,
way down to 15 is like you're really chilling. You're actually really chilling because
yeah.
from 8 Brighton have 58 points, Brentford
Mhm.
55, 54, 53, 52. Then you come down to
True.
13, Everton 45. So it's
Yeah,
like there's really no stress. I
nothing.
feel
Yeah,
there's really nothing you're playing for, but it's really that 3 to 7. I
that's the
guess
me. Three to
that is
seven are Manchester United and Spurs. Because
and
I feel
Spurs.
like there's still going to be that stuff of let's try and finish in the best position we can. Do
So
you get?
Spurs are playing Brighton,
Oh my god.
but Spurs are at home, right?
At home.
Tottenham at home against Brighton. I think it's a
It's
winnable
a
game for
way to
Tottenham.
good way to end the season.
I think it's a win. I think so. It's a winnable game for them, but I don't even think they'll win the game because right
Why?
now they're probably at the beach. They're probably on vacation. Did they train this week? I don't even
They
think they did. Did
they
they?
need to
Maybe
train.
they
They
did,
already
but
played
they need to.
Wednesday. They played Wednesday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have to play again. I don't think it's a game they are winning. So in that game, I see Spurs not winning that game because Brighton, the way they played against Liverpool, I
Yeah.
feel like they are definitely sports players' mind is into. But yeah, they're trying to have a
That's
vacation
that's
and
the
enjoy
that's
themselves.
the only thing, yeah.
I think Brighton win that game. If you look at the next game, in fact, let's just go through the games and give our predictions. Man City, Fulham at home. I see
Yeah,
City
Fulham
winning the game. I see City winning that game. Um, Liverpool, Crystal Palace. It, I mean, it's the day we
you
lift the
guys need
trophy.
to win that game too, so that there'll be a proper trophy presentation.
You cannot lose and then now lift the
Yeah,
trophy.
doesn't
At
look.
least, at least draw if it's going to
Yeah,
be, anything. City win comfortable. Yeah, City win comfortable. City win Fulham comfortable. I
mm.
think Manchester United, Aston. Let's come back to that. Let's go to Newcastle, Everton. Newcastle at home. I think it's
I
a
feel,
very
I
tough
feel
game.
like you see that's the problem about playing Everton and David Moyes. I don't know, right? You can't really trust,
Mhm.
right? I
You don't
I
really think you don't think Everton. You think Everton will really beat Newcastle?
they can. David Moyes can. He
I
can.
doubt.
Do you get? See, the thing is that tomorrow,
Mhm.
Nottingham Forest Chelsea. Everybody's expecting that worst case scenario Chelsea will
Mhm.
lose. Worst case scenario
Mhm.
Nottingham Forest will lose. There's no surprises there.
Yeah.
But you see the Newcastle Everton, um, what they call it, Fulham,
Mhm.
Manchester City.
Yeah.
Those ones we can get surprises
Mhm. Mhm.
if the
Mhm.
teams don't play properly. You can still get surprises in those games.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, Manchester United. I
Mhm.
don't really know. I'm thinking Aston Villa would win.
You think so? You think Aston Villa will beat United?
Don't know this United side.
I
Except
just
Amorim,
wish I just
Amorim wants to
wish
play
they had
the game.
not announced they
Amorim
want
wants
to sell the
to play
players. I just feel
everybody.
like them saying they want to sell everybody just messed the whole thing up.
They
It
just put
messed
them
this
on, put
whole
everybody on transfer list.
yeah. And what are you playing for? What are you playing for? So that game. I can't give a prediction to that game. But Newcastle, actually I've talked about that. Nottingham Forest, Chelsea. I don't know. Chelsea don't win that game. Usually on the last day, people watch the title race games, but this year it ended early. If you watch the other games, players are going through motions. Wait, what do you mean by that? It ended. What do you mean by this year? It ended early. Oh, you mean like the
The
title,
race
right?
already
The race for
ended.
the
So
title. Okay, okay, okay,
the
okay.
other
Makes
games
sense.
are just let's finish up the season.
Yeah, it's more like
Right? We're
race for
finishing up
Champions
the
League
yeah,
that
we're
people
finishing up the
people care
season,
for.
right? So that's the thing. It's tough, right? But now we already know the three teams that are coming into the Premier League
Mm-hmm.
next season.
Mm-hmm.
Leeds is coming up,
Yeah,
obviously. Um,
it's nice to see
Burnley,
Leeds back.
Burnley is coming up. Leeds after 2 years, Burnley after 1 year, and Sunderland.
It's been how many years?
Sunderland, I can't believe it. They beat Sheffield United. I was so happy. I was so happy.
How
That's
many how many years has it been since Sunderland were last in
It's
the
been
Premier
a
League?
long time. It's been a long time. Check it. Maybe
Okay,
it's
let me
close
check it.
to
Let me check.
the last time I remember Sunderland being around was like 2009 or something like that. If I'm not, maybe it should be maybe 13 years, around 13
Wow.
years. Oh, you can check.
Yeah, I'm checking it right
Yes,
now.
Newcastle, Sunderland. Yeah, very big rivalry, very big. All right.
It's been
So
8 years.
since they came to the
Wow.
Premier League,
Yeah, it's
so
been
that means
eight
they were
years.
around 2017. Jordan, welcome.
2016, 2017.
That's when they came.
Mm-hmm.
2016.
2016, 2017. That was when they were in the EPL. That was the last season they were in the EPL.
That's 9 years now.
That's like 9 years. Okay, that's
That's
like
nine.
nine,
Yeah,
about
that's
9 years.
wow.
Wow,
That's a long time.
it's almost a decade.
Yeah, yeah. Sunderland used to be a classic team.
Mm-hmm.
Them along with Stoke City.
Stoke City. That
Yes,
was since they
exactly.
laid the foundation of the league.
Yeah. Days when you play Sunderland or Stoke City, expect anything. Don't sleep. Don't sleep and say you won the
Set
game. Don't
set
sleep.
piece set piece football.
Don't mm, don't sleep and say the game is over. One thing, one thing. You'll be surprised. Stoke City then was their set piece.
Set piece.
Tony, is it? I've forgotten his name. Tony Pulis. Ah, I remember going to Stamford Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea Stoke City. I watched that game in Stamford Bridge.
Mm.
I and Bumi watched it,
Mm-hmm.
and
How
it
many
was
years ago was this?
that was that was like 2018 or
2018.
17, 2018,
Mm.
2017, around that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was I don't know if it was first we scored them first, they came back, it now became like something like 3-1 or
Yeah.
something very stupid score.
Yeah.
Just like, are we going to lose this game that I came to watch in Stamford Bridge? No, we can't lose. We ended up winning that game 4-3. So
My
Stoke City
God.
are very,
Can
yeah.
you do it? Can you do it on a rainy night in Stoke?
Ah, no, bad day. Oh
Wait,
my
wait, wait.
god.
Let's say where is Stoke City now? What league are they in now? Let's
They
see.
should be in they should be in the championship.
They're in the championship.
Yeah, they should be in the championship.
Okay.
Yeah, they should be in the championship. So yeah. But
Yeah,
do you
they're
think
in the championship.
do you think any of those teams will survive? What do you think?
Sunderland, Leeds,
Hmm.
and what was the last team? Burnley.
I have
You
a
see,
feeling
the problem
Leeds
with
will
Burnley,
survive.
we always say that, but the problem with Burnley, I don't know. It seems like they're a team that are supposed to stay. But looking
Yes.
at how competitive the league is now, honestly, who do you relegate? Is it Manchester United you relegate?
If Manchester United keeps Ruben Amorim for one season, they'll be relegated because the people
No,
coming up
no,
are
no.
much better than these last three we just had. These
Yeah, this
last
this
three
last three,
were just
Southampton, Leicester,
embarrassment. All three of them.
yeah, they could barely even get 30 points.
They were trash. The three
They
of them,
could barely get 30
right?
points.
Trash. So, but the three of them that are coming up, I think Burnley and Leeds,
But
they're
what
not
do
pushovers.
you don't understand? Like, if they come through, who are you relegating?
Anybody that wants to be relegated will be relegated.
I
You
just
don't
think
play well.
the league is
West
so
Ham can
competitive these
struggle.
days.
West Ham can struggle. There are so many people that can struggle.
Okay, maybe West Ham, Wolves,
Yeah.
Everton. I've always had that luck of like they're
If
gonna
they
get
stay with
relegated, but they don't.
if they stay with David Moyes, it might be difficult, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, which other team is there?
So Burnley will sit back and defend. They can get points uh through okay, like through that style.
Yeah, it's
It's only
only if they
Vincent
set
Company who
come
thought
third.
Burnley was
Burnley was
Manchester
Manchester
City
City,
in their
Frankie.
brown kit and played open.
That
Yeah,
was the problem.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
That
was the
Burnley style of play was not
that
fitting
was
the
the
team.
problem. If they
I,
and this Scott Parker now is their
mm-hmm,
manager, right?
mm-hmm,
He's going
mm-hmm,
to be pragmatic. I
mm-hmm,
hope Scott Parker will learn his lesson now. He's been
mm-hmm.
back for the third time in the Premier League. Yes, Scott Parker. You know the funny thing about Scott Parker? He goes to championship, he does well. If
Comes
I
in.
think was he the one that came up with Bournemouth? I don't know which he came up with. He'll
Mm-hmm.
come up with the team. Then first 10 games, he'll just be playing anyhow, expansive or whatever style of play he wants to play. Scott Parker football.
Yeah.
They beat him like eight games, he loses, then they sack him. That's what his destiny. So with this people that are coming up now, with Burnley that he's bringing up, I expect that he's more matured.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I expect. When you meet the big team, just sit back and you know the funny thing, they had the best defense in the championship.
That's the best
Burnley,
thing as a small team, right? Just
right?
defend. Make it hard for
Defend
people
for
to
your
score
life.
you. The more you concede less, the better your chances of people staying. Because we had this conversation on the stream yesterday about Amorim and United and how his
Yeah,
style of play doesn't fit the team. I
yeah,
think this makes a lot of sense when it
yeah,
comes to like teams and your style of play, coaches and your style of play. It has
yeah,
to fit with the caliber of players you have. And if you
yeah.
don't look at United, they're literally close to relegation zone. I mean, if the other teams were better, they could have been in a relegation battle.
SSB is saying, he said this might sound crazy, but if Manchester United liquidate the squad, they will be in the relegation fight, in my opinion.
I feel like
I
somebody said
also
this
think the
yesterday.
same thing. If
Did you
they
say
keep
this yesterday? I thought you said
yes,
you don't want to say yeah. You said that
if
yesterday.
if they I think it was Austin that said it
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, it was Austin in the chat.
Austin
Yeah,
said, he
yeah.
said if they sell all their
Mm-hmm.
players, they will get relegated. And in my opinion, you selling Bruno Fernandes is a bad idea.
It's a big,
Bad. Because where do
it's
you
a
get
very big
midfielders
decision and a
now?
terrible
Is it
one at
Messi
that.
Mount you want to build your squad around?
You cannot.
And the funny thing now is that if they go selling all their players, they bring in a bunch of people, new people that have not played with each other. They join everybody together at
It might be
once.
hard to build that chemistry
Amorim is not stable for the first 10
unless
games.
it,
They end up sacking Amorim. They bring in someone, they will still struggle.
yes.
Right?
But my
So
problem is if you bring in new people, they have a preseason.
mm,
Don't you think maybe they might have some chance to have at least a decent run in the league if they have a decent preseason? Because I've always said that Amorim's issue was he never had a preseason, right? But now
Amorim.
I'm
But
now thinking about it like
when you say
what?
preseason,
Yeah, I'm not thinking
how
about
long
it
is the
like
preseason?
that's what I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about like even if you give him a preseason, would it make a difference? Because to me, these
Yeah.
players he has cannot pull off 3-4-3. I came on the stream
Oh,
yesterday
and
and
we discussed yesterday that
I said
3-4-3 is one of the worst
I
formations.
told you it's one of the worst formations you can play.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like to me, I feel like it's a high risk, high reward formation. And I
yeah,
went into a deep analysis with myself yesterday, and I sat down and reflected on if a coach was to pull off 3-4-3, what
yeah.
does he really need? And Andy, I've figured it out.
What
Do you
does
want me
he
to tell you? Let
what?
me break it down really quick. If you really want to pull off 3-4-3, we mentioned the first two things you need. You need
A
a
wing back.
proper wing backs,
Yeah.
a right wing back, a left wing back. What do they offer you? They are great on the ball when they
Pacey,
attack. They
yes.
are great
They have good passing
defensively
ability. Yeah.
and they are
Yeah.
pacey. They can
Yeah.
run and they are
Yeah.
fast. We're
Yeah.
thinking of caliber of players like Alfonso Davies. We're thinking
Yeah.
of caliber of players like Jeremy Frimpong. They are
Yeah.
very niche players today that can pull off 3-4-3. Rhys James is like a wing back. There are very
Yeah.
few people that can pull off 3-4-3 as wing backs. You're
Yeah.
looking at your two midfielders have to be pure box to box. They have to
True.
be pure box to box. They're attacking threats. They can come
Yeah.
back and defend. You're looking at three center backs that are great 1v1. They are
Yeah,
really good
exactly. Because
1v1.
if they are pulled out on the side, they
It's
should be able
hard.
to win that battle.
Yes, it's hard to
Right?
beat them. You're looking
Yeah.
at great 1v1 center backs that are fast, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a Dan Bon. Dan Bon is quite
No,
lengthy,
that
he's
man is
long.
not fast.
He's not fast enough, but he's great 1v1. I was thinking 1v1. You know,
He's
like wait,
okay.
Newcastle were pulling off 3-4-3 at some point and he wasn't struggling
But
that
they
much.
changed
But they
it
kind of
after
change.
some
Okay,
time.
forget Dan
Yeah.
Bon. There's maybe like a Van Dyke. Someone like a Van Dyke can be
Yeah.
great for a 3-4-3 system, but how many Van Dykes can you line up?
You have
How many defenders 1v1 and that can defend a wide space? Because you also need them to defend the
but
wide space.
yeah, but they have this guy, this short boy. What's his name?
Who is that?
In Man U. The
Lisandro
short boy
Martinez.
that play. Yes, he's
That
good 1v1.
Salah turned him left, right, and center. The times that we beat them 7-0. You forgotten that game?
He's learned his lesson.
Liverpool. Yeah, it's great.
Big
No,
man, welcome.
true. It's Vivid is great in any system. But
Yes, yes,
no, but think
yes,
about
yes.
this though. Think about this. Van Dijk turned Lisandro Martinez, not Van Dijk, Salah
Salah.
turned
Yeah.
Lisandro Martinez left
No,
and
but
right.
Martinez has learned. He's a grown up now, you know.
No, think about it. It's dangerous to play 3-4-3.
But
And I'm not
Conte played three
no,
four
but
three and he
now
won the league.
think about this.
He won the league
The three
with
up
Alonso
front.
and
The the
Victor Moses on the wings.
the three up front that you have to put there, the three up
Yeah,
front that you have to attack, you're looking
yeah.
at three people that are clinical. They can finish, they
When
can
they get
score.
forward, they score.
They are always a
Yeah.
threat when they get forward, right? Yes, but that's
If not to
Maguire,
say
right?
Maguire is much better with three centre backs.
But
Yes,
that's
if
Maguire.
he's in the middle.
Maguire is the
Yeah,
one in
the
the
middle.
middle,
Yes.
right? And the other two with the one in the middle have to be fast
Yeah.
as well, and they have to be
Yeah.
able to mark in a white space.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my own opinion is 3-4-3
So
doesn't
big
work.
man, in your opinion, sorry to cut you short. Big man, in your opinion, do you think man you should sell Maguire?
Maguire is
Should they sell?
33
You said
or
it's
what?
30. Yeah.
33. Maguire is
No, but
old,
the
right?
thing is that if you are selling him, who are you replacing him with? That's the problem. That's the problem.
Man, you selling all their players just makes no sense.
Yeah,
It makes no sense to me.
yeah.
If you're playing
3-5-2 is
3-4-3,
much better,
just
actually.
play
Yes,
3-5-2.
yes,
Play
yes. You
three
get more.
five
You get more out
two.
of 3-5-2.
Play
Actually,
3-5-2
yeah.
makes so much
Because
sense.
when you are attacking, you have 4 people, right? And the other ones can just sit back,
Exactly.
right? So that's it. You have
That's
4
exactly.
attacking, and you have 6
And
people at the back.
and to be honest, I actually think that 3-5-2 can even shape to like a 3-1-4-2 kind of formation, where that
True.
you have that one that's somewhat of a hold in a center half. So that center half is kind of like he can easily fall back, and you have 4 people defending.
Big man is saying,
Bro,
he
Maguire
said
is one of the only players with any credit this season. He is.
in the Man U team,
In the Man
yes.
U team, he is, because
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
helping them
yeah.
score. Man U,
Feel
they
like
don't
he
have.
was the only one that had his mind in theirs. Like
It was.
he knows
It was.
what he's
Yeah.
doing, goes up front, trying to do something for the team, right?
But it's also experienced, right? It's one of the experienced guys in the team, right? One of the
And
experienced
to
guys in the team
and
was
to think
formerly a
that Ten
captain
Hag
at
wanted to
United,
throw this guy away,
because he
right?
wasn't performing in Ten Hag's system, right? It was
Yeah.
like what Big Man was saying, like he wasn't performing in four at the back. It just seems
Yeah.
like he's lost, right? But I'm still going back. I'm still going back to the same thing I said about 3-4-3. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. I don't like this formation. But then I've been thinking about it, and I just don't think it makes any sense. And when I see a coach trying to play 3-4-3, it makes me get nervous. I really hope Amorim's system is weird. It's exactly, Amorim's system is weird. It's very specific players. You cannot play Bruno as one of the sixes and waste Ahmad as a 10. It's just all wrong. It's all wrong.
Yeah.
We said this yesterday.
Yeah.
When I was saying this
That's
yesterday,
the
it
thing. Like
sounded
there's so much.
like I was.
To be honest, we watch United, and I'm actually confused. Like, what is he trying to do? Like, what? Like, I don't get it.
The players cannot pull off that system. It's obvious.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Players
Like,
are not played to
I
their
don't know how many.
strengths.
I don't know how
Bruno
many
is
times he
played
wants to try it.
deep inside the midfield.
He's
I'm
playing
like,
Bruno almost as like a 6. He's playing Bruno like a 6. Bruno is like a 10. Bruno is even like an 8. You know, Bruno, to me, Bruno is better for you up front. He's better
yeah,
attacking.
he's more of a goal threat. There's
He's
more
more of a goal
creativity,
threat.
right? Than
You
when
need
you
Bruno.
keep
To
him
me,
at the
Bruno
back
is like
and-
he's more
yeah.
of a playmaker. You want Bruno to be up front, playmaking, giving the passes, the assists,
doing something.
making the crosses, trying to score. Anyway, we've dragged this long enough talking about this, but I
He
hope
said you can't control a midfield with 2 guys. Bruno and Casemiro, who don't keep the ball. Casemiro is a destroyer.
Bruno is more of an attack.
True.
And that's
true.
exactly why they lost to Tottenham in that final. That 3-4-3.
Yeah,
I think.
it was
Do
just
you know the funny thing? I think when they played against Chelsea, they tried that 3-4-3, and in his mind, it worked against Chelsea. So, being a very young and naive manager,
he now decided to deploy the same thing.
against Big Ange, he will do the same 3-4. You show
Big
me.
hand that wins in the second season.
You
against
show me your hand that you're going to do
Yeah,
3-4-3 against me.
Exactly.
And what did Big Ange do? A simple 4-3-3 neutralized 3-4-3.
Yeah. Big man is saying, he says Xavi tried the same with Barca at the end last
That
season
season
with
with
this
this box
success.
midfield, and he was soon fired.
True, true.
I don't even think
There
Baka
was
don't even
also
play.
confusion in Barca because he lost so many games, right? He started to lose games. We didn't
So
actually get what he was
let me
doing.
tell you why coaches like 3-4-3. They always want
Why?
to create this diamond, right? They want this
Yeah,
whole kind of diamond and triangles where around, because 3-4-3 can easily give you those kind of triangles, right?
yeah,
Because your wing back is quite high, you have the center back, you have that box to box midfielder, you
yeah,
formed a triangle like that. They
yeah.
feel like they will always have situations where they are always 2v1. They would have like a
Exactly.
2v1 situation often. That's why
Yeah.
they always want to play that 3-4-3.
But the thing is that they forget that your winger, your wing back can also be cut up front and they leave
Lacking.
space at the back, right?
Yes, your wing backs can be caught lacking
So
if they are
that's
not
it.
fast enough. I
That's it.
told you
That's
yesterday, a
yeah,
simple long cross
yeah.
from somebody like Trent, they send the ball long when they see your wing back is not there. Your wing back is not pacing enough to
That's
track
all.
back.
You are
They
done.
exploit you.
You are
I
done.
don't know why Amorim doesn't play Mino. I
No
don't know
one
why.
knows. No one
I don't
knows.
know why. Manchester
Same
United need
need a
need a win now type manager. Go
okay.
get Conte.
And I'm telling you, if they, that's the mistake. The time they went for Ten Hag, I was expecting that they would have gone for like a Conte.
Somebody that will just come and
Yeah,
hold
because
them
even
till
they
the
say
season ends.
If Conte comes, Conte would do Conte obviously plays with three center back, 3-5. Conte has even changed it 3-5-2, sometimes three four
Yeah,
three.
3-5 year.
Conte changes his formation, and you
Mm-hmm.
see this thing that what's his name is trying to do, Amorim.
Mm-hmm.
Conte would do it better because he was one of the people that started it,
Yeah.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
he would do it
Mm-hmm.
better. And even with these players, he would try to use them according to their ability. Just add a
Yes.
few people,
Yes.
right?
You cannot bring players that were used to like a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 type of system and
Yeah,
just come in and make huge, big surgical changes. It
yeah,
just simply doesn't work. It simply doesn't work. Let me see.
yeah.
In theory, 3-4-3 works, but it's not practical. It's really not practical. It's really not. It sounds nice. I mean, 3-4-3 is high risk, high reward. If you can pull it off, yeah, you beat teams, but it just doesn't work all the time,
Yeah.
bro. It's not even a 3-4-3 in a normal style. It's two sixes and
And
two
two
tens.
tens. Yeah,
No real wide players. Six
yeah.
and tens have to be elite. If they are not, it will not work.
Work.
If you, yeah,
True, true.
it's not good. You are in trouble.
You see, if your
Threat.
white shirt
If your
is
white
dog,
threat is doggo, you are in
yeah,
trouble. Yes, you're in
the only
trouble.
he said the only way 3-4-3 works is in a cup, and you are sitting back, and even then teams don't play anymore.
What
Yes,
did,
you're
what did
right.
I said it too. I said this too yesterday. I literally said this yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
unless number one, I said two ways 3-4-3 work. Unless you're doing a high press, where like the moment you lose the ball, that club type
Every
of football,
everybody pushes up,
everybody's
follows
pushing
everything.
forward.
Yes.
They're trying to win that ball back quickly,
Yeah.
right? Or you're doing what he's saying. You're sitting
Yeah.
deep, right?
Quickly.
So
Big man
yes,
is
bro.
saying, yeah,
Conte system would be much better and more pragmatic. Yeah, no team in world football gets all the players they want during the transfer window. Manchester United will get scrubs from teams. Yes, they'll get overhyped players.
a bad
They'll
idea.
get
Only a
they
bad
said they
idea.
want Premier League proven players. Sure, Premier League proven. Premier League proven two
They should
doesn't
be
mean
ready to
anything.
spend half a million.
Premier League
I say
proven
half a
doesn't mean.
million, 500 million pounds minimum. They want
But
to
how
get
much?
a new.
How much would they get from selling almost all the players in the squad?
They can raise up to 200, I think,
Okay, I,
comfortably.
I have this. I have this question.
You
Maybe guys
can.
in the maybe guys in the chat can also answer. Are you telling me today that if you keep the players and you play a different system from 3-4-3, you cannot get any outcome out of the players you have?
We get, obviously. I'm very sure of that. The players are not. They are not. How do I say it now? It's not
Are
like they
they
are lost
are they
cause.
all
They are
are they
players,
all scrap?
right? Bruno is elite. Casemiro doesn't have the legs. Eriksen doesn't have the legs. Those are the people you should be replacing,
Replace him.
right?
Just get a new midfield.
Um, I don't really trust them. What's this delete? I don't really trust him. I've seen his game. You can get a center back. You can replace Luke Shaw too. Luke Shaw is never there, right?
Yes.
Big man is saying, yeah, with the squad they have, they can be taught. And I keep saying it. If Ten Hag stayed, right? Ten Hag would never finish 16th. Never.
This Amorim
The
guy
worst case
is
that will happen,
too
Ten Hag will finish top 10.
he's too proud on this.
Right?
He's too set on this system. It doesn't make sense. Change it.
It's okay. We're calculating the Man U score. They say, okay, Bruno is
Bruno,
100 from South. I don't think they'll pay 100 for Bruno.
Bruno is
Casemiro is
you guys.
50
Bruno,
million.
Bruno is guys. Bruno is 30 years old. Bruno is 30, right? So
And then
Bruno
you get
100.
okay, Chin. You can't raise 500 million. Yeah, Ten Hag is going to buy Leverkusen. Wow, that's a big
Yeah,
blow.
I said this yesterday on the stream.
Yeah.
Ten Hag to Leverkusen, we would really see if Ten Hag is scrap or the
I think
players
you said it yesterday.
I
That
told
would
you
be
yesterday
if Ten Hag goes there
to
and finish
Leverkusen.
second or win the Bundesliga.
That's it. You guys cannot say anything about Ten Hag again.
We can't abuse Ten Hag because he wants to try. I think the only thing we hold against Ten Hag is that he can't buy players.
He can't buy players.
But Leverkusen will buy players for him, right? So,
and I think people were also like, what kind of system does he play? They were not sure of his style of play and stuff.
Garnacho to Chelsea is 50 million.
So Garnacho goes to Chelsea. Yeah. Casemiro to Saudi 50. Yeah. Bruno to Saudi. Let's say he goes for 100.
Saudi will not pay 50 for Casemiro. Never. It's like you don't know Saudi.
How much
now
they
are wise. 20 million maximum for Casemiro. Even Bruno, maybe 80 or 70.
Okay, let's say Bruno goes for 80.
Yeah.
Casemiro goes for like
20.
30. Let's say 30. Let's say 30.
Okay, 30. But you are not getting 30 for him, I'm sure.
So that's like 110 and what? 10 million. 110 million. And
you can sell Mino too. You can sell Mino for 35.
You sell you sell Garnacho to Chelsea for how much? For 50.
Chelsea will not buy him for 50. 40 maximum. Yeah. We're not desperate. Okay. We already have wingers that we've bought already.
Okay, so let's say Garnacho goes to Chelsea 40 million.
Yeah.
So that's like 150 million that they'll be able to get selling all these three players.
No, Mino too. They can sell Mino if they want.
I don't know why they want to sell Mino. I feel like Mino is an asset.
But do you know that Chelsea is ready to pay 50 million for Mino than even Garnacho?
Mino is an asset. There's just Mino with the right coach. That guy can score. He can defend. I think Mino gives me box to box. I don't know. Mino gives me box to box.
Mino is a good player.
Mino is a very good player.
He's a good player, but
the thing is, United are in a weak position. They cannot negotiate.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
You might possibly finish 17th on the table.
And you know the problem about going to list all your players for sale is bad already. You're already in a bad market.
Because you already said like you're desperate.
Yes, desperation. Do you get what I'm saying? You are very desperate. Say a midfield of Caicedo, Mino, and Enzo.
Yeah. Because Mino can do what McAllister does for Liverpool. Yeah. He can, kind of like box.
Yeah, Mino can come to Newcastle.
He can really pair up well with. He can really pair up well with Caicedo as well. He can also go to. He can also go to Newcastle too.
Big man. Yeah, Mino can go to Newcastle. Yeah, that will not be a bad addition for Newcastle. Do you believe?
Actually,
in their midfield.
Yeah.
With Grimares, what's his name? Forgotten his name.
Yeah, Bruno Grimares,
right? Mm-hmm. That would be a good addition, I think. So I think say imagine when Newcastle came to Old Trafford. Amorim put Eriksen. God. That was bad. No legs. No, imagine that. 33 years old guy that had heart problem plus how the other one.
Wait, United still owe 200 million in outstanding transfer fees. What outstanding transfer fees are these?
From where?
Wait, what? Wait, what? Let me check this. Let me check this real quick. 300 million in outstanding transfer fees from where? 300 million outstanding transfer fees. I'm actually curious to see where this is from. Is it from a sale? Let's see. 300 million outstanding transfer. At this second quarter. Whoa. We have outstanding transfer fees of 300 million at the end of the second quarter, according to their latest financial results. This debt was down to their 319 million pounds at the end of September. Whoa, a significant portion of 168 million pounds is due within the next year.
That's
Additionally,
bad.
an extra 89 million
That's bad.
pounds due this summer for players like Anthony Casemiro, Andre Onana, Rasmus Højlund, and Jadon Sancho.
So they've not finished paying. Hey God, they'll be relegated next season. SSB, big man,
Oh my
everybody on this team, they'll
days!
be relegated. W
This
comment
club
from
is
Audi.
finished.
They'll be relegated. I
This
didn't even
club
know.
is finished.
Damn. So everybody, so Kingsley, we're talking about them
Oh my
raising money.
days!
We're talking about them raising money. When they raise all this money from Bruno and all these guys,
They still have to
Mino and
pay.
everybody, is to pay the debts.
So these cost-cutting measures that United is doing is because they don't have the money.
They are broke. They are broke. That's
Wow.
crazy. That's crazy. So where is the
Wow.
money to buy players now?
So are they going to use academy boys? Are they going to sign young kids? Are
You
they
know
trying
what
to
I
go to
think?
sign 19-year-olds that have potential and tell Amorim to grow these kids
My
to
brother,
play his 3-4-3
19-year-olds now.
system?
Kingsley, 19-year-olds that have potential are even expensive.
They'll be going for nothing less than like 40 million, right? 19-year-olds
Expensive.
they have potential. Like this is it's really crazy. Probably transfers that are supposed to be to clubs, transfers that could have been in portions,
Yes,
50
they're
million dividends
divided
in
in
4 years.
4 years. Yeah.
Wow. This type of stuff you hear from Italian clubs and Barca when he went broke. Yes.
True. Yeah.
This United is a club that is poorly managed.
Yeah.
They are just not running the club well. And it shows with the performances, it shows with how much they are paying people. How is Casemiro, this leggy uncle? How is he on 350k? Is that 350k, right? That's how much he earns for United. How is Casemiro earning that much weekly?
They might, you know what I think? I think as Man U are now currently, I think they should just sack Amorim and get someone like David Moyes. They need stay with me. You guys on the comment, stay with me. They need like an elderly, experienced man, or even Conte. But the problem now is when you bring Conte, you have to make him happy. You have to sign players.
Where's the money? Who will you sign? I think this selling of players doesn't make any sense. The best thing for them to
Just
do
hold on to the
is
ones you have.
hold on to the ones you have.
Sell few of them.
Sell few.
Yeah.
Get replacement. Let's sell Casemiro. Sell
Casemiro, Eriksen. They will not
You
go
have
for any
you
amount.
you have
They will not
Ugarte,
go.
right? You have Ugarte.
Yeah, sell
Sign
maybe
somebody.
sell Mino if you want to sell someone.
Oh no,
Oh no, Garnacho.
keep
Sell
Mino,
Garnacho.
keep Mino, sell
Sell
Garnacho.
Garnacho.
Buy
Yeah.
those replacements. If
Yeah.
Amorim really wants to play this is 3-4-3 type of system, then
Yeah.
you guys go and get what he needs to play that 3-4-3. Only you don't need to sell the whole squad. It's a long journey back for United, very hard because everyone will keep getting better. They'll be left behind for the next few seasons. They need a miracle. They really need a miracle.
You said they've been rebuilding for years. Or how did you what way did you say it? What did you say?
I said on the stream yesterday that
Yeah.
United have been in transition years. You know how teams have a transition season where you just want to replace the old guys, get some new blood.
Actually.
United have been in transition years.
For
They've
12
not-
years.
For 12
Transition.
years. But
It
they've
means
been
like they're in exile.
yes,
currently.
but they've been deceiving the fans. They've been deceiving their fans by winning some trophy here, some trophy there, and thinking that things are not really bad. We just need this coach. We just need this player. I remember I was having a conversation when Casemiro was coming to United. A friend was telling me, yes, Casemiro is going to come to United and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. He came.
Already old.
What did he do?
30.
You guys
30.
paid it 375
Ah,
pounds.
He said Conte liked the squad with Pogba, Ronaldo, and Rashford. Those guys. Yeah,
That's
that
when
was
you
when
want
you
to get Conte.
Conte.
Not right now.
That's a W comment from SSB.
And why,
Yeah.
if I'm Conte, why will I leave after I won this Scudetto?
Napoli.
I just won this Scudetto.
He's not
What,
leaving.
yesterday, I should leave Napoli and go to United for
he's not
what?
doing that. He's
The
not
team that
doing
might
that.
finish 17th on the table. Come on. Why would I do that? Think about this. Who is a good signing post Ferguson apart from Bruno? Which signing really was a success? Actually, who was really a success?
None.
Who really was a success?
Yeah.
Man, you need a coach more than a manager. I'm a Newcastle supporter of 30 years and feel so lucky to have her. Yes, he has turned John Murphy to prime Salah. Jacob Murphy, right?
Actually,
Into
yes.
Prime Salah. No.
Yeah.
But Murphy is cooking on that right wing.
Really good. Really,
He's
like
really doing some stuff.
the time Chelsea played Newcastle, I was so scared. Like, oh my god, this guy is
And
crazy.
he's pacey too. He's very pacey.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
very pacey.
And I think one of the I think the biggest issue for
Eddie
United
Howe is
squad
good.
in general is that
Hmm.
there's no improvement of the players. Every player they
Why?
bought have gone bad.
How do you
Do you
come to
get
United and decline?
even
Look at
Bruno,
McTominay,
even
even
Bruno,
Lukaku.
even all of them? You say Murphy has more assists than Yamal. Does he?
No way,
Does
really?
he? Fact check it.
Wow.
Let's see. Let's
Okay,
see where
let's check it out.
that's the
Jacob
W
Murphy
coming
has
from.
more. Whoa,
That's crazy.
no
Yeah, that's it.
way.
And maybe like Big Man said, right? Newcastle is lucky to have
Eddie Howe.
Eddie Howe, right? That's the kind of manager that man you actually need. Something like someone that can come in,
Like
improve the
yeah,
squad.
and he slots.
Yes, not somebody that will be dead on. You have to play this type of way.
Yeah.
And if it's not this way, no other way, right?
So
So
this season, Jacob Murphy has 13 assists, and no, in all competitions, no. In all competitions, Jacob Murphy has 13 assists. In all competitions, according to Footy Stats, Lamine Yamal has 22 assists. But
okay,
but
so Yamal
but
has
in the but yeah, but if you look at even in the league,
just
even in the Premier League too, it doesn't have as much assists. Yeah, it doesn't have the same assists. But honestly, Pogba's biggest mistake was returning to Manchester United after Juve. That
uh,
generation was the most. He was one of the most talented players. Exactly,
like he
he
just
definitely
became
was.
terrible,
He definitely was.
right?
I just, man, I just feel exactly what people have said in the comments. Get yourself a coach that can move into what you want to get results.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
looking,
yeah.
hindsight is 2020, but looking back at
It's too late. It's too
looking
late.
back at Ten Hag
I'm
days,
even scared now that Man
actually,
U might be relegated next season. The way I'm looking at it, you ask me who are the teams am I putting forward for relegation? I'm putting Man U forward now.
you think so? Even with the
Yes,
preseason,
yes, because the problem now is you are talking of the old what do you say? They are owing money first of
mm-hmm,
all.
three
They
hundred
need to
million
sell
pounds.
players. They need to
Yeah,
buy players. This coach is like he's still in dreamland.
keeper is not good enough.
He's still in dreamland. This guy is still in dreamland. I don't know if he's watching Snow White or something like that. He needs to wake up. Do you get?
Yeah,
That's it. And I think he will be sacked.
you I
I
just
think
feel like
I think he will be sacked.
you can't be set on one style of play.
Yeah.
Like look at the players you have. Your system is clearly not working. You're not playing. You're not Pep. Everybody wants to be Pep. You're not Pep.
Pep.
Not everybody is Pep
Pep.
Guardiola. No, everybody's. And by
I
the
think he
way,
learned from
Pep.
Mourinho.
And by the way, Pep
Mm.
Pep has money behind him. He
He
can
has it.
sign. He is in
He
a
has the
club
bag.
that's being run where he can sign whoever he wants to
Pep
pull off
has
whatever system he wants.
Pep has never gone to a place that they are broke. Never.
Literally.
Never. Never.
So
Never.
don't all these coaches, young coaches that want to, they're so
They
set
want
on
to
one way.
head on
I want
one
to
way.
play this 3-4-3 fancy football. You come mid season, you go get to a team. There is no new manager bounce. I said this yesterday. United after Amorim came, they had
Nothing.
no
There
new
was
manager
nothing
bounce.
from them.
They literally lost,
Van Nistelrooy
drew,
even
lost.
had manager bounce. There
They
was
kept
even
on losing.
manager bounce with Van Nistelrooy.
21 losses, 21
Right?
losses in a season.
He said,
Do you
do you
honestly think
honestly think
currently Man U still has its legacy team pool? I'm not sure they do with transfers right now. They don't.
nobody wants to go there? But Cunha is going there.
But it's Cunha, it's Wolves. It's
Cunha
Cunha,
is
it's
no,
Wolves.
he's still a
Of
good
course.
player. He's still a good player. He said, I can't name one player other than Bruno who got better.
During their
Even
time at and
Bruno
even
did Bruno get better.
Bruno is just really exceptional.
I feel like Bruno did not really improve. He just stayed at where he was. He retrogressed a bit, but his level is still higher than every other person. That's why we didn't really notice it.
Bruno Fernandes at another club will be doing
So we'll
even
do
more.
better.
Even
Better.
more.
Yeah.
It feels like sometimes Bruno is the one like carrying the team on his back.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like you do even more. Cunha will work as one of the tens in Amorim's system for sure.
Yeah. You see.
This system just anyway. I'm there.
are done.
I hate the 3-4-3 system. I've said why I hate it.
Every,
Guys, I won't talk
everybody's
about it again. I've let it go, man. It's there's no point.
Bruno. We say Bruno is actually one
Actually,
of the.
one of Portugal's better players when they play. Yeah, Bruno is really good.
Yeah,
Bruno is really, really
you see
good.
it in the squad. On other news, what men could not do in a club in North London, the women did it today.
Who?
Arsenal. Arsenal women won the Champions League.
Let's not get into Arsenal, bro. Like let's not get into Arsenal. Let's-
What Arteta could not do, what the men could not
let's
do,
actually not even get
the men could not
let's
do.
actually not even get into Arsenal because that will be another hour. I'll talk about Arteta. Like another hour, bro. Like
I'm
another
waiting for
hour.
the next season of the Netflix movie.
Arsenal
Is
women's
it-
parade incoming.
Ah,
Imagine.
oh my god. Arteta should attend that parade. He should. He
Ah,
should. And you should not see Arteta raising the cup, Champions League in the bus. Like, bro, what about your team?
bro. I appreciate you, big
Yeah,
man. Thank you
thank
so
you,
much,
big man.
man.
Thanks
Thank you
for
so
joining
much.
us.
Yeah,
Yep,
thank you
yep, yep,
guys. Thank you guys for,
yep,
for joining us and chatting with us. I appreciate you,
yep.
man. Well, I'm getting to that hour. Let's wrap up. What are your final
Yeah.
thoughts, man?
Final thoughts. Final thoughts. Tomorrow will be crazy.
Mhm.
Tomorrow, some people will be in tears. I hope I'm not one of them.
Chelsea fans.
Chelsea. I hope I'm not one of them. I'm just praying we turn up. I'm praying we turn up because tomorrow determines how your year would be. Think about
Exactly.
this. How
Exactly.
your year will be, right? So some people will be in tears tomorrow. I'm hoping Chelsea will not be part of it, but we'll
Mhm.
see what happens. But I still feel from all those top six, all those people
Mhm.
that are going for the Champions League, five teams, three positions,
Yeah.
there are going to be surprises.
Mhm.
There's going to be a surprise.
Mhm.
One of those teams is going to surprise and maybe lose that we're not
Mm.
expecting, right?
Exactly.
On the case of like the awards, Gravenberg won Young Player of the Year. He deserves it. Salah, Player of
Mhm.
the Season, well deserved. Nothing new.
Mhm.
Manchester United, we've talked a lot about them yesterday, today. There's nothing more we can say about them, but just I hope they know what they are doing. That's all we'll say, right?
I hope so.
And
I
I hope
really
they
hope
turn
so.
up tomorrow. Last point from me. I hope.
In favor of Chelsea.
I
So
hope.
Aston Villa don't. But oh yeah, he's a Newcastle fan, right, for like 30 years. Yeah, I hope. I actually don't think Newcastle will lose to Everton, boy. Fingers crossed, because it's not going to be an easy game,
Oh no,
regardless.
no, no. You
It's
guys,
not going to be
it's
an
not
easy
going to be an
game.
easy, but I think you guys will be fine.
Yeah, I think
Newcastle will
so.
be fine. Or
I
you
think
guys will
so.
be fine.
But
Yeah.
final thoughts, I gave my final predictions on how it's going to finish, and I'm going to say it again. I'm a Liverpool fan. We've won the league. Liverpool, Aston Villa, Manchester City,
Yeah.
Newcastle, and Chelsea. I see the table remaining the same.
The
I
same.
see I see Newcastle beating Everton. Hopefully, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I see Chelsea winning Forest if they really put
You
in that
sure
effort,
or a draw?
or a draw. But it really just depends on United, like we said. It depends
Yeah.
on how Aston Villa United play. But
Play,
Aston
yeah.
Villa have the team to beat United. They actually
They
have the
do.
team to
They
beat
do.
United.
Yeah.
And I don't really think playing at Old Trafford will make a difference. And after the team, which is United, have announced they want to sell all their players, I think
Yeah.
this will mentally affect the players. And I don't think the players will come out and play well tomorrow. Honestly, I think it's going to be a loss
Yeah.
for United, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. We've talked extensively about United and the things that need to change. And I said it and I'll say it again. 3-4-3
4-3 is a bad
doesn't
combination. Work
work all the time, except you have the niche
most of the time.
players to
Yeah.
pull it off. It
Yeah.
doesn't work most of the time. You need specific players to pull it off, and
Yeah.
you need a certain level of discipline to really execute 3-4-3. Else, you're just playing a losing game.
True.
So we will see what happens. Shout out to you guys for coming on the stream, Big Man, Oogie, Jordan, SSB. I appreciate you as always. We'll be
Doctors.
back.
Yeah.
We'll be back again tomorrow. We're streaming every day,
Every day.
6
And
p.m. CS. In fact, earlier than that, like
yeah.
5:30 CST. We're always
Yes.
streaming. We're
Yeah.
always live. So I
And
appreciate
if
you
you've not
guys.
subscribed,
Please
subscribe.
do.
Support us. We're trying to grow the channel.
Please do. We're on the road to 3K. So guys, 3K. Let's get there, boys. Let's
Thank
get
you.
there. Let's do it. But I appreciate you guys. We see
See
you
you guys
guys
tomorrow.
tomorrow. All right. Bye,
Hopefully, I'm
guys.
not in tears tomorrow.
Hopefully you're not in tears. If you're in tears, I will bring my champagne again, and I will pop my champagne if Chelsea lose to Nottingham Forest.
Hopefully, I'm not in tears. See you
If you lose
guys.
to Nottingham Forest. All
Hope
right,
not.
guys. Bye.
Bye.